everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel and I'm here for Stash Bash January 2017, which is stickers. So a bunch of us that had gotten together for the top 10 blog hop this year decided that we wanted to do something every month to figure out ways to use up the stash that we have. This way, if you want to buy more, there's room for it. So I today have a card that I made to bash my stash of stickers. I had this set of stickers here from Simple Stories and I had gotten it in a scrapbook circle kit, and you can see I've used a bunch of them, but I haven't used them all up, and I figured, it's time to just use them all up and not just stick them in a drawer and never see them again. So I decided that the way that I was going to do that was to create a shape of a heart, kind of like a sticker collage, and then die cut it so that I could use it as a main element on a card front. So what I'm going to do is grab a large heart die. This one is from Lawn Fawn, and I have an 8.5 by 11 piece of white paper, and I'm going to put the heart in the middle enough that I will have room all around the edge because I'm going to lay stickers all over. I'm going to put this pencil line down on the inside of the die. It doesn't have to be perfect. You could even use pen because we're going to cover it up. So the next thing that I'm going to do is grab my stickers and start laying them down. I'm going to use the largest stickers first to fill up the large space inside the heart. And you can see I'm just really creating a lot of overlap and making sure that the things that I want to be seen are inside the pencil lines of the heart. And then other things I want to be falling off the pencil line so that when it die cuts, it's a nice full collage shape. And the great thing about these stickers is that there are some squares, there's some flowers, there are some hearts, there's lots of different shapes and colors to create a really pretty effect. So it's starting to come together, but right now it does look a little crazy. Don't worry. Once you die cut it, it's going to look a million times better, I promise. So just keep layering the stickers until all the white is covered up, or at least most of it. And then you can see here I'm going into the word stickers a little bit, going on top of some of these other larger stickers. And then I love those little tiny typeset words from Simple Stories. Those are a lot of fun. And then when I have some other spots that I need to cover up, I'm cutting some of those strip stickers down to size. So now I'm going to lay the heart die on top of this area, make sure everything's filled in, and cover it with washi tape and run it through my die cut machine. Then once it's die cut, I'm going to carefully remove the washi tape. This got a little tricky for me because the washi tape that I used was a little too sticky. So you can see when I'm pulling it off that I do tear a little bit. That's okay because I was going to cover it up with some more stickers popped up anyway. But just so you know, try and find your washi tape that really is not very tacky, and you'll be able to use it on top of stickers with no problem. So once I get this completely peeled away, you can see I can take it out of the die, and this is a really fun little collage heart. And look at all those stickers that I used up on this one project. So now that I have the heart done, I want to pop up a few more stickers on top to add a dimensional element to this collage. So I'm going to grab a few more stickers from this set, and I like this word sticker a lot that says kiss. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to grab some anti-static tool and some foam squares. So I'm going to put the foam square on, and then I realized that it's very sticky on the rest of the sticker and it's going to be pressed down and flatten out. So I grabbed my anti-static tool and I just put some powder on the other parts of the sticker that don't have the foam adhesive, and then remove the backing and add it to my collage. So I'm going to do this a couple more times because I really think the layered effect of the collage and then some dimensional elements really adds to it and will create a fun effect for a card front embellishment like this. So for these longer strip stickers, I am going to add a few of the foam dots, and I'm still going to use my anti-static tool here and there. I had dumped out a bunch of the powder on that first sticker, so you can see it's on the paper there, and I just pick it up on the sticker by rubbing the sticker in through the powder, and that just removes the tackiness from the sticker itself so that then I can add three-dimensional adhesive. For that one, I had to cut the foam in half because it was too wide and you would have seen it peeking out. And then I just add it to my card. And then this whole piece I think is done now. I don't want to add any more. I like it just the way it is. So now I'm going to stamp out my sentiment. I have a sentiment stamp set from Paper Smooches, and I'm going to use You're My Favorite Human. I think that's a really fun sentiment and can be used for lots of different cards. So I have a little piece of black cardstock, and I'm putting my anti-static powder on it. I have my stamp on the window side or the door side of my Stamp Perfect by Hampton Arts, and I'm using some Simon Says Stamp Clear embossing or watermark ink to stamp my sentiment. So I'm going to close the door and I'm going to press down, and that's going to stamp the sentiment perfectly. I'm going to move my magnets out of the way, and I'm going to use some Hero Arts white embossing powder on top of this wet ink. So the great thing about the Simon Says Stamp embossing ink is that it stays nice and sticky for a while, and you can really get a good amount of embossing powder on your sentiment. Then I'm going to take my heat tool and I'm going to heat emboss the sentiment, and you can see as it is melting that it turns really white and just really pops off that black cardstock. Then once the sentiment is dried, the heat embossing is dried, I'm going to take my dusting cloth here, which I'm using to clean up some of the embossing powder. It's great for that, but you can also, kind of wipe it across the cardstock, and it will take off a little bit of that, some of that anti-static powder that remained on the black cardstock. So now I have all my pieces. I have my collage made out of stickers. I have some more paper from Heart Day from Crate Paper, and I especially like this fringe piece here. The design is a fringe, but you can also cut a fringe along it, which I think is a lot of fun. And that is really easy to do if you have these Martha Stewart fringe scissors. You can see they have like 4 blades there. And so all you have to do is open the scissors, put them on the paper, and close, and you get these great fringes. You can do them as long as the blades, or you can just close a little bit and do them shorter, which is what I did here. So this is a lot of fun and can be used for, making little piñatas or just making a fringe effect on paper. So I like that look. So I'm going to use that about 3/4 of the way down of my 4 1/4 by 5.5 card panel here. That is also from the Crate Paper Heart Day. So I'm going to use my ThermaWeb Memory Runner XL and adhere that pattern paper, that fringe pattern paper, on top of the card panel. And I had cut kind of a long piece, so I'm just going to trim off the back using some nonstick scissors because I did have a little bit of adhesive on there. Now I want to adhere my heart collage, but I do want to pop it up again. So I've cut a piece of fun foam into a heart just slightly smaller than the large heart collage, and this is done using another Lawn Fawn die, just the slightly smaller size heart. I'm going to adhere some ThermaWeb Memory Runner XL to the back of the heart collage, and then I'm going to put the fun foam on it. And now I want to adhere it to the card panel, so I'm going to figure out exactly where I want it, and then I'm going to put some Memory Runner XL on the paper. I find that when you're adhering fun foam, it's best to put your tape runner or your adhesive runner on the paper and then put the foam on top. And it will stick, but you just have to give it a little bit of a pressure and let it dry. So that is how I'm going to adhere my collage. And next I'm going to take my little sentiment strip that I kind of cut down so that it is just a strip. I'm going to just cut some little tails at the end. So I'm going to cut a line right in the middle of the strip with some sharp EK Success scissors. And then I'm going to go in from an angle and cut towards that center. And that's how I'm going to get a nice little banner shape. And sometimes I don't make them meet up perfectly, so you just have to go back in and cut it a little bit more, and then you get that perfect little banner shape. So again, just cut down the middle with some sharp scissors, and then go from the sides or from the corners and cut into that center, and then you get your banner. And I want to pop this up as well, but this time I'm just going to use some fun foam, some foam tape instead of the fun foam. But my foam tape is a little too wide, so I'm going to grab my nonstick scissors and I'm going to cut it in half, and then you can see that I'm able to pop that up on top of the heart collage. So now I think my card panel is pretty much done, and I'm going to adhere it to my card base, which is just a white piece of cardstock. and it is an 8.5 by 11 piece cut in half and then folded in half. And I'm just going to grab my Memory Runner XL one more time and put a bunch of adhesive on there because this panel is starting to get a little heavy with all the foam and popped up elements and stuff. So I'm going to lay this on top of all that adhesive and just line everything up perfectly and then press it down, and then my card is done. And that is just one way to bash your stash of stickers. I love how they all look together like a collage like that. So now that you made it through the Bash the Stash video, I just want to show you the giveaway that I have going on this month. And this is only, unfortunately, for domestic US watchers because it's a heavy box. Unless you are international and want to pay the shipping, it is super, super heavy. So it's like a 13 by 13 inch box, and it is just packed to the rafters of everything from there's embellishments, there's 6x6 pads, there's ink, there's tags, there's 12 by 12 papers, a 12 by 12 sheet of chipboard. You can see here there's Project Life cards, 4x6 and 3x4 cards. There are planner goodies, there's Carpe Diem inserts, there are some other dividers and things for planners. So whether you're a planner person, a card making person, or a scrapbook person, there is tons of stuff in this box. So all you have to do to win this box is to subscribe to my YouTube channel below and comment below as well, and make sure that your email address is accessible so that I can email you if you won. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and have a great day.